No, there were some real problems. That was without revealing too much. That was the secret she got, and that secret was like a loaded gun, but pointed at her as opposed to anyone else.
Yeah.
Did she have a Salati in her?
I don't want to give away too much, but
I,
sometimes when your finger goes right on the nose.
yeah. When she started saying that, I'm like, I know one creature that I based a campaign on.
Well, what's crazy was when you started running your game, I had just finished like reading all of the bits and pieces about this module or this adventure, and you're just like, you guys are fighting these things, and you start describing them, and I'm like, I know what we're fighting. I just read about them. Like I knew about them before, but I just read about them again.
Yeah, it's funny when you've got the things that just like, oh, hey, you know how you were just checking out like D&D stuff and you happened across this monster and it's being described to you right fucking now?
Yeah, that's why I was like,
It's
I know what this
probably
is.
that one.
My character doesn't know what this is, but Tom knows what this is.
Right.
But yeah, so like, what do you guys like? Just for just sort of banter talk, like, what do you guys think is maybe the next thing you want to look into? So Bremen, there is talk of a town in trouble and a lake monster. Dugan's Hole is a town that's being there's this rumor that there's massive wolves that are kind of like keeping the people pinned down and that people can't leave. And then Lonelywood, that there is this murderous, massive, like albino moose, like white moose, stalking the forests around the town.
Yeah, I think I don't know if anyone else had any feelings on it, but I know my thought process was the white wolf, the white wolf, the white moose in Lonelywood. It seemed like something that would be easier to head to and take care of. The question would be is if anyone had any other things, and I know it's been 2-3 weeks, so it's like I know that was my last thought, but I could definitely be convinced otherwise for simple reasons probably.
I'm just gonna move you guys over to like the map of all of 10 towns.
Yeah.
Just for a
Cool.
better view, and as it renders and comes up.
Yeah, so, the other reason was because Lonelywood is just up there past Tourmaline. So it's something where we already should be going back to Tourmaline anyway because, the whole mine thing. We're heading back there just to... They went in to check out the mine. We're going back to be like, hey, we're back. Everything's good. We got, stuff squared away with what we were doing.
And did Olus, I think it was Olaus or Olus, did he square up with you guys, or did he say he had to check the mine and then he'd come back and tell you?
No, he had to check the mine. I think that
right.
was what the thing that we were doing was. We got to Bryn Shander. I don't think it. I think we left like first thing in the morning, and it was going to be like a few hours to get to Bryn Shander, and then we were going to try and get the stuff taken care of and start heading back, if possible. But I'm forgetting how long it actually was. And
No, that makes sense. Yeah, because you guys woke up and you guys made it back from the mine, and it was sort of the start of the day because you guys rested after mining because you didn't want to trek back to town. And when you got back, you were like, all right, we're cash poor, not cash poor, we're cash rich. We got all this stuff. And the town, like the town speaker was like, I got to go check the mine. I can't square up with you until I know it's clear. I'll be back as soon as I can. And you guys were like, well, now what the hell do we do?
It was kind of something where we definitely knew what we wanted to do because it's like, she's gonna die or something.
Yes.
This is extreme. Like, let's go. I don't know. Do you have time right fucking now? All right, good. Let's go.
Well, what's really fun about that is like for that secret, there's a ticking clock associated with it, and so every day every day that you guys rested was like another day just like checked off that clock that just got closer and closer to an inevitable bad news bear situation. And so it's sort of like to be honest, the player doesn't know this. The player just knows that they have limited time. And so things start getting bad the closer you get to that due date. And so things are starting to get bad. So good on you guys for figuring it out. Also good on you guys for not having to like deal with some random encounters that could have happened. I rolled and you guys fared well. So
So I think that was the plan, is head back to Tourmaline and then get paid there and then head to Lonelywood, whether that's the day after we rest in Tourmaline or if whatever we do.
okay. I just I know that I put this somewhere. So Bryn Shander to Lonelywood. Where is it? To Tourmaline.
Tourmaline is 11.5 miles. I don't know if that means anything.
No, I've got Bryn Shander to Tourmaline is 46 miles. No, hold on. How did I do this?
I don't know what the 46 is, but
Oh! I'm sorry. The 46 is the number of dots, and that's what gives you the reference point for miles. That's why. So Tourmaline was 15 miles.
okay.
In the book, sometimes the book changes up those distances though. So, I'll just go back, double check.
We have axe beaks, right?
Yes, everybody bought an axe beak except for
Me.
Codswallop, and you were pulling him with Tensor's disc, I believe.
Yeah,
Right.
that was it.
Which just having done things like that before in the game, it's always awesome when you see somebody else use like the spell for the same mechanism. You're like, that's cool.
Now, who's Tensor's disc? TJ, is that yours?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
I was trying to do it as like a constant ritual.
Yeah. No, I was just wondering because it's like if it were Codswallops in any way, where it's like he's able to like have his feet like wrap around it and like hook on, because he's just like, no, I know how I'm dealing with this thing. He just hooks on and goes into like sentry mode. just a little bit of Transformer.
All right, so as long as the weather's good, I'm just calling this out. Travel from Bryn Shander to Targos, because that's the first town that you'd come to, is 2 hours. From Targos to Tourmaline is 4 hours, and then from Tourmaline to Lonelywood is another 2 hours. So it would be an 8-hour journey, give or take.
Yeah, so it seems like in that case what happened was like in the morning we went from Tourmaline to Targos to Bryn Shander, and that would have taken us 6 hours. So it's kind of, like afternoonish.
Yeah, so that's why I was thinking if you guys
Okay, so yeah, so if it's 6 hours, I think it's kind of like, no, you don't walk out for a 6-hour trip. Although, if we wanted to head back to Targos and see, although we went to Targos, could I just get a quick star rating?
Yeah. I mean, actually, you know what? Give me an intelligence check.
I don't know which one of those is the first one. So 14.
14. Went right by it. Hold on. 14 is enough. Yeah, 14 is enough to know two things. First of all, friendliness is a 2, comfort is a 2, but services is a 3. So there's many services available in Targos. People are generally friendly, but they're a little offish. And comfort is you're basically going to stay at a Holiday Inn kind of thing.
All right, so then from there it would be 4 hours to Tourmaline, so we could get there, kind of. I think that's probably what we want to do. It's kind of let's. Well, I actually, you know what? I don't think it matters. I think we'll stay in Bryn Shander. We're already here. We'll spend tomorrow, getting back to Tourmaline. I'm trying to do the things where it's like 2 hours and then it's just late at night. We're trying to find a place to stay. Forget it. We're already here. We're established here.
So the other thing that I will tell you about Targos is situated in such a place that it's where most adventurers leave to climb Kelvin's Cairn, which is the largest mountain in the center of the Ten Towns region. And you guys will remember, like, this map puts it like way over here, and here, like where I'm doing that on the map. It's actually kind of right here. I don't know why on this map they did it that way. Probably because this is not a map from the adventure. But so Kelvin's Cairn is right there.
Kelvin's Care is right there. I think it cut you off.
Yeah, it did. I'm sorry about that. So I was just saying that, like, most. Itself has lots of opportunities for like potential mining and ore to some rare flora and fauna. There's some legends about beasts that live around the top, and I don't think anybody's really gotten any more information about it specifically, with the exception of maybe Codswallop, but that's for Codswallop.
Yeah, chaps, I don't think that's such a great idea to go head to the cairn.
All right, I don't think that was one of the thoughts, but
it is.
All right, we'll stay clear of that for the time being. I didn't want to go there anyway. I'm not going into the fucking mountains if I don't have to.
No, I don't. I think that's perfectly fine.
It's bad enough fucking going outside.
Yeah, oh, is it nice outside? No. Do you want to climb a mountain? Double no. Why would I want to do that?
We need something that like keeps everyone inside. This fucking freezing cold doesn't do it. There's almost nothing will.
All right. So since we've got like just you guys as of right now, do you guys feel comfortable like either like saying that you like kind of rest for tonight and then you're going to set off in the morning? Do you want to just sort of like have this be kind of either a role play session, or maybe you just want to do some fun things? I know that the last time you were in a town killing time, you were playing the what is it, the shell game, and trying to take people's money. So I don't know if you guys want to do anything like that, or if you want to set out and sort of like start heading towards where you're going to go, or you tell me. This is your adventure.
Since I'm back in this town, I would like to try to contact that group again in the bar, and at least leave a message.
Okay.
Because I think they were urging me to help Novakri, I believe, last time, if I'm remembering correct.
Yeah, you were.
I would just ask for some guidance again.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. I would say go through the same process that you did the last time, and we'll see what happens.
Right. So yeah, I think the night that we get in there, I would, when we stop by that bar, I would just leave a message somewhere.
Okay. Yeah, so the bar / tavern that you guys had stayed in before when the adventure first started was called, I think it was called the North Look. And you'll remember that's where there was like the old Bitey, the big knucklehead trout trophy on the wall that you found the ring in. And so you do the same thing. You know, you kind of like, you go in there, maybe you're part of a group, maybe you're not. You jot down just sort of a note on a piece of paper and you leave it on the table that you had done before. And, you know, I get the feeling that this time you know it works, but you're also kind of like, you're watching it, you know, kind of like trying to watch the water boil in a pot, and the note just seems to stay there, like nobody's coming by, and so you kind of like give up after a little bit. Not giving up on hoping to get a response, just you're not noticing anybody do anything with it. Is there? I've just put it out there. Is there anything else in Bryn Shander that you guys are that you want to try to find, or that you want to stop by just for this particular evening?
Since you mentioned it, I do want to have the weaponsmith there that we get a discount with.
Yep.
I want to commission a warhammer.
Okay. All right. Like, are you looking for a warhammer that has specific like traits and properties, or do you just like want like a standard warhammer out of the equipment guide?
I could get it tricked out. I would.
Okay. So let's do this. Head on. Like, if anybody wants to go with them, you can go with them. But otherwise, you go over to the Black Iron Blades, and Garn's in there. Garn kind of like recognizes you because you're pretty much his only robot customer, and he immediately's like, "What can I do for you, big metal friend?"
Oh, I tell him my plan. I'm looking for a warhammer. I would like to see if what I can get my hands on.
So he kind of like brings you over. He brings you over to like one side of the shop, and he's like, "These are weapons that do what we call bludgeoning damage." And you see there's like clubs and warhammers and maces and whatnot, but there are a few warhammers there, and you kind of look them over and you realize that they're standard warhammers. Like I think a warhammer is what, a D10. Melee bludgeoning weapon, and so that's basically what you're looking at. But if you want to try to ask him to make something specific, he can. He's like, "Do you see anything here that you want?"
I just want to say that I would
is,
like to have gone.
Yeah, sure, absolutely.
I just asked him, is there anything that he can do or any way that he can trick it out so that's
He goes,
more interesting than your average plain everyday warhammer.
He says, "I don't carry anything here in the shop, but it doesn't mean I don't know how to make something interesting. What is it you're looking for a warhammer to do? Maybe if you tell me, I can take on the job and the DM can look up the cost and tell you."
I really want a Hulk smash.
Like something that does like thunder damage kind of thing?
That too could be cool.
All right. So, like, I'm just thinking, like, when you say Hulk smash, are you thinking like you could strike it on something and it would create an earthquake? Are you thinking that like you would, when you hit somebody, there would be like a sonic or like some sort of like booming effect, which is always great when you're trying to stealth. Like, just tell me what
I'm
you
a
want.
giant robot. I don't stealth.
I was gonna say he's the first one I think of with stealth.
Give him slippers. So yeah. So I mean, so what we can do is, like, I know that you're kind of coming up with the idea on the fly right now. Like, just shoot me what it is you're looking for, and we can say that you commissioned a piece, and I'll give you some price tags about some stuff that I can come up with. But if you just want like a Hulk smash weapon, he's like, "Let me see what I can do. I have to reach out to my brothers at Battlehammer to see what they can get me for finer materials than just your standard steels. But let me see what I can do. Are you boys coming back to Bryn Shander anytime soon?"
Oh, our travels have brought us all over. I mean, it could be. I mean, with Bryn Shander being right in the middle, I'm sure we'll be around.
Aye. All right. Then do me a favor and roll 2d4 and tell me what you get.
D4. 7.
7. Well, you see, normally I'd tell people it would take me 7 weeks to make such a weapon. but since you get a discount, I can probably do it in a few days or a week. It depends on what you want. And so I'll use that number as a basis, and I'll get something to you as far as what he can make with some price tags. Sound good?
Okay.
All right.
Sounds like a plan.
Nice. All right. And he's pumped. He's like, I just got business. All right. And then in the meantime, do you want to get one of these like standard warhammers?
Not at the moment, because I have to wait until I go up another level.
Okay. He looks a little sad, but he's like, all right, I understand.
It'll be a present for yourself.
Ooh, it's my birthday.
Congratulations on leveling me.
I'm good.
Yeah, pretty much. It's my birthday.
And then Aveg, you had tagged along as well. Was there something that you were specifically looking for?
Yeah, I was just looking to grab a bunch of daggers and see if he has some sort of maybe like I'm thinking of grabbing some throwing daggers. And maybe if they're like holders that could be kind of like on like almost like a vest, like underneath stuff
like
that I wear, so I can just kind of reach in, grab a dagger.
So almost like a bandolier, like Chewie's bandolier, but you could wear it under your garments.
Yeah, like I'm
No, he wants
almost.
to look like Danny Trejo.
He's just got a vest full of throwing knives.
Yeah,
you know what? Like, yeah. So those
you know,
are.
I think the thing that kind of like there's probably things that work better, but almost like if you saw Boondock Saints, like the guy who was shooting and had 6 guns.
Yep.
And just it's just knives instead, and so it's almost like a leather like holder thing.
Yeah, so I think that those are called bandoliers, but
Probably is.
So what I would say, so a couple options are available to you. First of all, there are throwing knives, and then there are balanced throwing knives. Which would you prefer? Because the throwing knives are the costs that are in the player's guide or the player's handbook. The balanced throwing knives. They're a little bit better. They cost a little bit more. They look a little prettier, and they kind of have a cool effect that go along with them. And that is that when you throw them, effectively you get a +1 when you throw them.
Sweet. Yeah. So how much are those ones?
So those are going for 10 gold more than the standard throwing knife cost.
Oh. Well,
There you go.
but
Merry Christmas.
I mean, I was thinking almost kind of down like his vest that he's wearing, like to the sides. But yeah, that sort of idea.
And so the other thing.
So
other thing that you notice. Wait, I just want to tell you is that you see a couple different garments that are there. That are different ways that you could hold them. There's kind of like a couple holsters you could put around your belt. There's like a waist girdle thing like Danny Trejo has right there. And then there's like these they almost look like sashes that go around, and you notice that like there's leather ones, and then there's ones that look like they're made out of like a velvet or something like really soft and like smooth, that are available as well. They look like they might be a little more expensive, but they definitely look classy.
do they look like they might be able to hide the daggers more at all?
They look like the ones that are made out of like the velvety material.
Yes.
Look like if you were to wear them and adorn yourself appropriately, that you probably would be better at hiding them than just like this band of leather around.
All right. So here's the issue. I want 6 of these fucking daggers, but if they're 10 gold more, that means we're at 12 apiece times 6.
Yep. However, remember you get a 10% discount at Black Iron Blades.
All right. Well, getting the calculator at some point.
And then if you just want like some sort of leather holder, it's 5.
No, obviously the velvet one.
If you want the velvet one, it is 2 gold. But I'll tell you this: that if you're going to if you're attempting to wear this and hide your weapons, I will give you a minor plus to like a sleight of hand check or a bluff check or a stealth check, depending on what you want to do.
Okay.
By minor, situationally, it'll be like a +1 or +2 to that, but specifically for trying to conceal that you have them.
All right, so that would be 74 gold minus 7 gold and 4 silver.
Okay.
So 66.6. Oh, nice. 666.
This is the perfect thing for you. The perfect.
Right. So, all right. I guess I'm getting all that shit.
Do me a favor and just do give either a perception check, an investigation check, or if you have like any sort of crafting or profession like blacksmith knowledge. Specifically you, because you just bought these.
I would like to try and do some slight haggling, but not too much. Just kind of, hey, I'm buying a big group of stuff, but perception. Oh, geez, perception is only that. I'm sorry, perception. I don't have anything except for fucking like flute shit. Come on, give me a good one at first. 14. Those the same numbers?
You notice that there's a little bit of a difference. Like obviously these are +1 or balanced throwing knives, so they're much better, which is why the cost was what they were. But you do notice that there's a slight difference between like the standard weapons that are on the shelves and this, but blacksmithing isn't your bag, right? So you're just kind of like,
right.
I don't know. Like I can tell that these are of better quality, but like anything beyond that, I don't really understand.
Yeah.
Not understand. You just don't know.
Yeah.
I will say that if you want to try to haggle with this guy to bring it down a little bit more, there's a chance. But because he's a dwarf that's already given you a discount, it's going to be tough.
Yeah. I mean, my case is it's just going to be a quick one. It's going to be like any other discount for buying in bulk, ish.
He like I said, he kind of looks at you and he's really kind of like, I'm already giving you a break and this is a good sale for me. I will let you take a bluff. Like what is it? Your
Persuasion.
Yes, a persuasion check. But you'll take a persuasion check with disadvantage, and then I'm gonna roll a sense motive check against you.
So, oh wow, 19 is my lower.
Yeah, I didn't need to hit the help button, so that's okay. So. Okay, let's see what we get.
It's awesomeness.
It's enough. It's enough. He kind of like kicks the floor like he's kind of scuffing his shoes. He's like, you are making a sale, and these have been here for a while, and I'll make you a deal. You can round this down to 60 gold even for the lot, if you make it a point to tell people that you got this from the Black Iron Blade.
Oh, everyone who sees these things will be aware that it's from the Black Iron Blades.
He starts to smile and he goes, wait, you bought that vest that literally hides these, so no one's going to see them. Shit.
Oh no. There's going to be plenty of people seeing these things.
So he smiles and he's okay with that. It was a fair lot. I was really hoping for you to fail, but you did well, and I gave him a little bit of a positive, and boo. All right. So,
Sweet.
Is there anything else that you guys wanted to do in that shop? Remember that Elza's there. If there's anything that you need from her, she's kind of the one that would be able to procure or has like mundane to magical items kind of thing.
No, the only thing I can think of now is wanting to be able to have something that would pull these daggers back. But no, aside from that, I think we're good.
All right, cool. All right, TJ, while all of this is going on, was there anything that you would want to try to accomplish? I know you left that note, But was there anywhere else you wanted to go, or people to talk to, or anything like that?
Yes, sir. Gonna go play into my class. I gotta go full nerd to see if I can accomplish studying any more spells. Is there any kind of library?
There is a library. There is a library that is attached to the Church of the Morning Lord. And so if you want to kind of trudge through the snow and get over there, you can absolutely do that. You get to the church, and as you go through like the front door, which is sort of like a simple affair, like these big sort of like oaken, old gray doors that have like these sort of filigree with throughout it and inlaid. It looks like sort of a rising sun, which is kind of almost it's almost sort of a smack in the face because the sun doesn't rise anymore in this part of the world. But you go in, and as the door opens, you're met with like some heat, some warmth that's coming out, and some folks in robes come up to you, and they're like, "Oh, is there something we can help you with?"
Looking for any kind of spells that you might have here.
And they kind of go, they're like, spells as in things you wish to purchase, or just books you wish to research?
Books I wish to research, and I'm hoping to copy it down in my book.
He says, "Oh, so if you follow me, I'll bring you to the library, and of course we can provide you with a space for study. We just ask for a minor donation to the church for use of our facilities."
Would that be included in the amount of money it takes me to copy?
It would not. This would be outside of that. But give me a sense motive check.
$11.
11's enough to know that this seems pretty standard to you. Like, effectively, like if so, they're not looking to charge you like 100 gold or like 50 gold or anything like that. They're basically like passing the tithe plate around and asking for people to spare what they can. So like if you got $1 or like $5 in your pocket that you're willing to part with, throw it in the jar as you go into the library, and like people sort of like give you their blessing as they go.
Okay. He's not asking for like any price in particular. It's just.
Yeah. No. It's. Yeah. The with the 11, you know that churches, when they ask for like tithes, they kind of expect people to pay what they think is fair. So like if you were to go over to like the collection jar as you go into the library and throw like 2 copper in there, you might start making some people not be your friends moving forward. But if you can throw some money in there, like nothing that's going to make you broke, but enough money that they could use to buy some oil for the lamps and shit like that, then everything's kosher.
Okay. All right. I'll give him a few silver pieces.
Yeah. You're like not a flat. Yeah, you're not like a flashy person, so like it looks like you're like that's acceptable. They probably would want a little bit more, but they're not gonna haggle you for money. And they like kind of like nod their head in approval and say thank you for your donation, Morning Lord.
I made less ripping people off in the general public. I feel like that was substantial. Like this was. At this level, I thought that was big. I thought I was doing it over, but okay. All right. You get tax breaks too, don't you?
To the church, they don't pay tax.
Exactly.
This ain't no free church. Anyways, so yeah, put whatever you're gonna put in there. That's fine. And you go in the room. And so, what were you looking?
Wish I had Mage Hand to like secretly take one back out. No.
You've got your real hand. You're half rogue.
That's true.
What
On the way out.
What spell or spells are you looking to try to find?
I was hoping to really just I was gonna leave it up to you, unless like the only thing that I could really afford would be either like a cantrip maybe or a level 1 spell. A level 1 spell would be pretty cool.
Okay, so let's do this. Let's first roll a D100, all right, and then tell me if you want high or low.
Oh yeah, I'll do it on roll 20. Wait. Okay. I will go. I'm gonna go high.
Okay. Got it.
67.
All right. There are available to you that you can find 2 cantrips and 2 first level spells that you could copy of your choice. Like obviously for cost and everything like that, you can pick and choose. But effectively, you with that roll have the opportunity to either like for fundage that you have and whatnot. Basically, any cantrip or any first level spell is available to you to find. So you are able to find that. If you had rolled under it, I was basically see if it was either a cantrip or a first level spell. So basically, I don't know why I said 2. You can pick what you want effectively, and then go from there.
All right. So.
And the logic behind it is Bryn Shander is basically like the center of all towns here in the 10-town region of Icewind Dale. So if you had if anywhere you had a good chance of, this was the place to try to find it.
Cool. And right off of the wizard's, whatever it is here, copying for your spell book, it says takes 50 gold pieces for each spell level and 2 hours. So for each spell level, it takes 2 hours and 50 gold pieces.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So question, so like does that mean that a 0 level spell costs 50 and a first level spell costs 100, or does that mean that a 0 level spell doesn't have a cost and a first level spell is 50?
Yeah, I don't it goes by levels, so I don't know if you can actually learn more cantrips.
Yeah, I think cantrips are different. Obviously things can be changed and just you play however you want, but I'm pretty sure the intent is that like cantrips are somewhat limited. But obviously if it's there, I mean if it's half something, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean if a level 1 spell is 50 gold, if you want to offer it for 25, but I'm letting you know what the book says, and then
Yeah, I think that's fair. I think that's fair to say that like let's say that if there's a cantrip that you specifically want, it'll be 2 hours and 25 gold. If it's a first level spell, we'll call that akin to 1 level as a wizard, so that would be the 50 gold price tag.
Okay. All right.
And then
I was expecting like a limited range, so I'm gonna have to look over this a little bit.
Well, it's like, yeah, because we're kind of just like we don't have the full like complement of people tonight. I kind of wanted to give anybody that was here the opportunity to kind of like have a shopping episode effectively. And so yeah, take your pick. Like if you had, like I had said, if you had rolled under it, there would have been a limitation, and if you had rolled under it again, there would be further limitation. So and just know that like so. First level spells and cantrips, I think, should be generally available to adventurers because they're first levels and cantrips. But if you were like, I want to learn a second level spell, and we do this rolling again, it's going to be harder and harder to get those things because if it's like if you want to learn 9th level Earthquake, you're going to have less than a 10% chance of finding it because there's no way that's just in a book in a library that you can walk into.
Well, it sounds like there's like a 10% chance.
No, I said less.
So not no chance.
Less than, yeah. There's always a chance. I mean, that's why like a 20 is a success, right? But anyways, all right, so cool. So that's the kind of project that you're working on. Like I said, my homework assignment thus far is to get some ideas over to artists so he can, Codswallop, I should say, so Codswallop can, pick and choose what he wants and then go, oh my God, I can't afford that, or maybe I can afford that, depending upon what I come up with. All right. So yeah, so that's the 3 party members. So, I mean, happy shopping, good stuff. This is sort of like, happy new year, create your characters, do your shit. Is there anything else you guys want to do before we basically say that you retire? And actually, if you want to talk about that, I have to take a quick bio break, so I'll be right back.
Well, I assume we're meeting back at the bar at the end. So once TJ, you're done with your. Well, also I guess that brings into question. We got here. It took us 6 hours from like the start of the day. Once we finished with the like mine stuff and checked in, then we traveled 6 hours to get to Bryn Shander. So we've got a few hours left in the day. So TJ, I know you're potentially going to be limited by gold and everything. So just however long you're taking, and then we meet back in the bar. I assume I'm going to be upset if I find out that you now know more spells than me after learning spells like a day and a half ago.
Do.
Well,
Being a wizard, I know 6. Now 7 with this one.
yeah, I think you already do as well. Because I've got like fucking 2.
It's the nerd benefit.
No.
Now, if I was a sorcerer, this would be completely different.
I've got 5. So yeah, you already beat me.
Not far off.
5 just spells and then 2 cantrips. Do I not get more? Yeah, those count. Damn it.
I mean, there's a bunch of cool shit that someone mentioned. I don't know where I heard it the other day, but bards can get a greater steed before a paladin, because a paladin's like greater steed is level 4, and paladins don't get that till like level 16 or something like that, 14, 16. And they're like, as soon as a bard hits level 10, they can just have a Pegasus.
Well,
with magical secrets.
that's what I figured. Where it's just like, get whatever.
Which
No.
is pretty crazy. It's just like any spell list. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, that's something where it's like, alright, what can be put in here? Obviously one of the main ones that people say to do is counterspell, which is like, yeah, that's pretty solid.
I'm back. All right, so everybody finished up and went back to the Northlook.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so you guys get back. They're like Scramsax is ready and willing to kind of give you guys your old rooms, because it's like we don't have too much business here tonight. And of course, for I think it's the cost of like a silver. You get a room, but you also get a meal tonight and breakfast tomorrow morning. And there's room to stow your gear. You can have like a private room if you want. Like there's doors to close, or you guys can all like sort of bunk together. Depends on what you want to do. So what do you guys want to do?
You wanted to head to that other town, right?
Yeah,
I'm
I think-
sorry, I just meant tonight. Like, are you guys just gonna like bed down tonight?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think because we already have a plan for the next day. I think we're pretty much all on the same page, so it's kind of, no one needs to, there's not really like a ton of danger that we sense or anything at the moment, so it's kind of just, head to bed. We've got a plan. We've got a plan for the day tomorrow. We're heading back to Tourmaline, collecting our reward, and then off to Lonelywood.
All right, cool. So as you do that, or everybody beds down for the night and falls asleep, closes the door, stokes the fire so you're all warm. Kevin, can you pull TJ and I into a private chat? Oh shit! No, do it again. I'm back. I think TJ's coming back. All right, we're back. Artis and Ave, could you guys both give me perception checks, please? Actually, give me perception checks with disadvantage. Wow.
Go fuck yourself.
Wow. Jesus Christ. That's like the fight. That's like the fight with the goddamn rock all over again. Codswell, did you roll perception, or could you roll perception with disadvantage?
Oh crap! What is this? Perception. You said with disadvantage?
Yes.
There you go.
Okay. So, Codswell, I'm going to say that you were basically like in your power down mode when this check happened, so you're completely unaware of this.
Totally oblivious.
Yeah, whereas Aveg, you don't sleep apparently, or like the slightest pin drop wakes you up, and that pin drop happened to be Loki sort of springing out of bed and lightly like prancing over to the window that's in the room that you guys are sharing, and he looked outside and then hurriedly turned and like ran out the door and ran downstairs. What is it you do?
God damn it. I go back to sleep. That's Loki being Loki. It's a fucking waste of my crits.
Yes, I wasted them. Awesome. Okay. So
I'll just ask him about it in the morning. Whatever.
Okay, perfect. So, and I'm going to say that with that check, you notice that a short while later, Loki comes back up and gets back into bed and goes to sleep. I think that's what you were doing, Loki, unless there was something else you wanted to achieve.
That's it.
Okay. So, yeah. So the evening passes. Somehow you get that popping sound, and your fighter friend, keeps showing up like a Pokemon and then disappearing back into his ball at random times, and is back in the ball currently. And Novakri, kind of sleeps off her session with the folks over at the Morning Lord, and you guys are ready to travel the beginning of the next day. So you go downstairs, get a good breakfast. Is there anything that you guys want to do over breakfast before you kind of set out?
At some point, I'm gonna slip in to Loki and just being like, hey, did you get a full night's rest last night?
I had a very interesting night, and I have some other places of interest to go to. There's actually a town close by. I know that we have a pickup to do in Tourmaline, but Goodmead might be a place of interest to go to.
Now, unfortunately, it looks like that's not an immediate go-to. It looks like you have to go around a little bit.
Yeah, you have to leave Bryn Shander headed towards East Haven, and then halfway to East Haven, the road breaks off and heads south to Goodmead.
Yeah, it's probably too dangerous to cut across.
Yeah.
So game mechanics, it takes a lot longer, even with like what you have for traveling, because you're not on like an actual plotted road, and there's a lot higher chance of random encounters if you do that. It's doable. I'm just letting you know.
Yep.
So, yeah, I think we go. So what is it that is over there?
Just need to investigate some groups. stealth missions. It's not really like we're going to engage anything, but
Okay.
going into some dangerous places. I don't know much about it.
Okay. Alright. That's cool. Because then we've also got some stuff and a couple things for Bremen. But we don't have to rush to anything exactly.
And you guys had also heard about issues at Dugan's Hole, which is the next town after Goodmead.
Right. So yeah, I think for now, just because Tourmaline, the situation that we left it in, we head there, and then from there, I think just Lonelywood, just because it's closest. But if there's something that we might think that would be easier, or a better decision to go to, I'm all for it. Thoughts?
Totally up to
Other
you.
thoughts than that?
Not really. I don't know how pressing this matter actually is. It's there are moves being made, and that's all I know.
All right, then yeah, we can kind of put that up towards the priority, and seeing as how that is something that things could change with that sort of stuff.
Cool. So
But then pretty soon, I think shortly after that, if we could go to Bremen, I think we've got a few things that we could take care of there.
we have a lot of things all over.
Oh, absolutely. This is making decisions. That's just like
Yeah,
well,
our
'cause-
Skyrim journal is full.
I feel like we're getting there, absolutely. But I don't think we're there just yet. But we might have to start abandoning some quests at some point.
And then
But
they
I
develop
think
something
just
that
because
must
of-
become the super moose.
Yeah,
It's not like it just gets paused like in Skyrim. It's like, oh, we'll wait to make the next move till you
yeah.
find
We have. Well, we don't have to. Go and train up on the top of the mountain just yet. We can always push that off to the side and take care of the rest of the side quests. But they might expire. They overlap. So yeah, I think Tourmaline and Lonelywood to get some stuff out of the way, and then head back, because I think at that point, I feel like we're real close to a couple things, and getting some strength, and also passing back through Bryn Shander in a week or so will be good for our robot friend. He's got an order in.
Indeed.
Did you just beep?
No, I said indeed.
Oh, I thought you just went.
I thought it was
That's
indeed too, but
amazing.
it got cut, so it was just like deed.
I was like, that's amazing. You're fully charged. That's how you let everybody know you're fully charged.
Indeed.
Oh shit.
Thought of it, but I can start doing that.
Listen. You play your character how you want to play your character. You made me laugh with that. That was funny.
Quests.
All right, so you guys have that conversation. Again, your Pokemon fighter is in its ball currently, and Novakri is there. And if we have to retcon and say that she took care of some stuff in town, I'm happy to do that, either like outside game before the next session or whatever.
Yeah, she was sleeping the shit off. She went through a lot today. Whatever.
That was yesterday, and as we all know in 5th edition, once you make it through a day, a full 8 hours, nothing bothers you anymore except for curses. But yeah.
Right. Yeah, she went through the whole ritual and stuff today and then So yeah, I think we head out to start getting to Tourmaline.
Okay. All right. So you guys sort of wake up. You get your axe beaks out of the stables that you kept them in. There are some stables out to the backside of the Northlook, and that was that the stabling fee and the feed for your animals was part of that 1 silver, which was a mistake on my part. It should have been more, but Scramsax was happy to see you, so he didn't charge you for the stable fee. And you guys set out along your way. Are you doing the tensor's disc for your robot friend, or are you?
Yes.
Okay, so you set that back up. He's basically getting like sledded along behind you guys as you go, and your first 2 hours are going to be headed towards your first stop in Targos, and I need somebody to roll me a D8.
A D what?
A D8.
7.
7. All right. And then somebody also roll me a D20.
18.
Okay, cool. You guys start out and you make good time getting to Bremen. Again, you guys know that really the only time that you have actual like low light daylight is at the start of dawn, when the Frostmaiden spell stops the sun as it starts to like appear over the mountains in the east. So like you have the most light that you're going to get. You head out there. The weather stays about as unfriendly warm as it can, and you make good time to get to Bremen and kind of turn the corner and start the longer push towards Tourmaline. That's going to be the next 4 hours. You guys, this is still the plan, right? You're just pushing through. You're just going for it. Mm-hmm. Okay. So you guys continue going along the path. You're following the road. Again, the weather holds out. You're still in that sort of low light session. And then after about an hour and a half, 2 hours, I'd like everybody to give me a perception check.
Everybody?
Everybody.
Just a straight perception check, no disadvantage or anything like that?
No disadvantage, just a straight perception check.
Ooh, a
14.
whole 7.
So all right, so a 7. Just out of curiosity, like Kevin, I know that it keeps coming. It looks like you're rolling with advantage on perception. Is that something the character has as an ability?
No, I'm not taking it. This comes up each time. No, it rolls it each time, and if I have perception, I have that option, but I just take the first one if I don't have it.
It always does that. I mean, in mine it
damn
doesn't.
it, I was muted. So yeah, you asked this last time. Jesus, Tom. Yes, it rolls it each time just to give you that, but I keep taking the lower one, so 14.
Okay.
If I don't have advantage, I take the first one, not the lower.
Okay. All right. Cool.
In this case, though.
All right, and then Loki got an 8, Codswallop a 7. So you guys, whether it's just the sort of like refraction of what little light there is off the snow, or maybe it's just the sort of like wind that's blowing some like sort of like bits and pieces of the precipitation in your face. You don't really see anything besides just the road and the white around it. But Aveg, with your sight, you see, I don't know, like possibly like several hundred feet off the road to the right, what looks like a large carcass and figures that seem to be moving around on it. Just like everybody else in the party, with the exception of you, didn't notice that. It looks like whatever's going on over there is not paying any attention to you. It seems to be actively dealing with whatever this thing is. And when I say a carcass, you can tell it's a large dead animal, because it's sort of like, with your perception check, you think you see like maybe like the like an exposed glint of light off of like a bone that might be a rib or like a scapula or something, and it looks like something dead. And these creatures are just sort of like, these humanoid creatures are just sort of like crawling around near it.
All right. So I would have put my mask on since we're traveling, and so it's gonna be all muffled as I tell everyone. There's a corpse up ahead. Do you see? I shouldn't be able to see it, and you guys don't. I moved the mask. Did you guys hear me? There's a
I
corpse.
stopped concentrating on the spell, and then Codswall just
He
like,
just
tumbling.
drops. You said something?
Shit, he's like 30 feet back. God damn it. That's how he catches up. He's just like keeping the momentum and rolls up slowly.
He's just paddling.
Oh.
Just using whatever weapon he has as an oar. It's like, you stuck me back there.
He's turned into a snowbot.
Works for me.
So, what do we want to do here? Do you want to try and see what's going on, Loki? And then we gauge, aside from that, what happens?
After last time's events, I'm afraid to deal with anything when we're not in a town. We have axe beaks, and I already spent a lot of money.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's so the idea would be to like tie these guys off and see, because if we're going to be attacked, rather be ready for it rather than first things first, let's get this guy eaten and then we'll start a battle.
So Chris, as a like, you know what? As a what is your deity giving you as abilities? Because I forget what you get.
What do you mean? What does my deity give me?
Like, what are your domains?
The forge.
And the forge is just like knowledge crafting kind of thing. It's not like it doesn't have any connection to like any creatures or animals or anything like that.
No, but I do get to basically lay on hands and increase AC.
Okay, I think what I would have you do is give me a religion check. And give me actually, you know what? Give me a religion check with advantage.
With advantage. Nope, you got shit for me.
No, you got a. Oh, you rolled. No. When it rolled twice the first time, you got a 22.
No, that was perception.
So then that one was
with
religion.
Advantage, I got what? 15.
Oh yeah, so it's a 15. So yeah, you got a 15. I'm sorry. Yeah, I thought you rolled twice and it came up with 4 numbers. Okay, I got you. But a 15's high enough with what you've got going on that you get the feeling that there's some like serious bad juju going on over there. You're not quite sure what it is, but if you had robot spider senses, they're starting to tingle a little bit.
Robot spider senses.
Maybe that's an upgrade you got to look into. But yes.
All right, so I let everybody know what my robot spider senses have informed me, that everything is not copacetic.
I think if you were to like put it into words, there's something that just
Fuckery afoot.
Yep, there's fuckery afoot. Yep. Onward, butterflake. Or butterfrog.
Religious fuckery.
Yes. But there's definitely something that almost seems unnatural about what's going on over there.
Yes, gents, there's something totally off in this scenario.
I like Snowbot.
Yeah. All right. I am happy my friend here is agreeing with my initial sense. Nothing comes good from people we meet off-road or sounds we hear off-road.
Oh yeah, so that's why it's something where do we sneak up and take out this group before they notice us?
I am curious because maybe I need to investigate these people. This could be the group that I'm looking for, but at the same time, I was thinking more in town. I don't know.
I mean, so like my thought process is, I assume you would be the best choice to stealth up, see what's going on, see if we can, have you go up, check it out, come back, scout it out, head back, we determine what's going on, and then it's just like, all right, we can just go by, or no, if they see us, they're going to attack us, and we can't exactly all sneak by. Potentially. Depending on, I don't know exactly the situation, if we are able to, maybe sneak by some way, but I think we want to have some sort of more information if we can. In worst case, we've got a battle on our hands.
That is very perceptive of you, lad.
And I think we can put the axe beaks to the side beforehand, so that way we're not walking.
What are you putting them down with? Or what are you putting them?
Oh, like just tie them off to like a tree.
I was thinking you're shooting them in the head. We're putting them down.
Yeah, right.
Them out of the misery.
I mean, my flutes. I could start insulting
Kill them before somebody else does.
I'm killing my axe beak before the DM does.
It's the only way. All right.
This is the only way.
Fine. Okay.
Come to the dark
fine.
side. We have cookies.
All right. Fine. Very
Right,
good
so
point. Fine. We'll
We'll
just neuter
put
them. It's
them
fine.
aside so that they're hopefully safe. And
Okay.
I'm hoping that they're not like the Skyrim horses that are just going to charge into battle. But no, we put them off to the side,
All right. I hand you whatever I'm using, the main of the axe beak, or grain, whatever, and then instantly, squat down, stealth mode, gonna go over there.
Okay. So to get over there and like keep low to the ground and basically just look like a moving snowman or like a snowball rolling around.
Yeah, I'm like a foot and a half now.
I know. I'm gonna say that you got to give me 2 stealth checks to get within like this is a couple hundred feet away, so to get within like maybe like
2.
100.
Why 2?
2, but you have advantage on both.
Your methods confuse me, but I will do it.
Also, while this is happening, we're like going off and getting set up. Like we're getting dismounted and stuff as he's sneaking up so that we're ready. Worst
So
case.
First
So-
one, 24.
Okay, I'm just gonna tell you that if you want to keep both of those, because it was 2 rolls, you could keep both of those, or you could try to do higher if you want to.
I'll try to go higher. I mean,
2-1.
Whatever works, yeah. Just,
Yeah, go ahead. Roll. You can roll again. You can keep the highest. I'm not going to penalize you for it because I gave you the opportunity for it.
well,
Oh!
there you go.
Haha, only a 20.
I've accumulated a large amount of snow on me.
You are. Yeah, you're like a really bad looking snowman that's just sort of like bouncing around like a classic, cartoon character in a bush, just like. And so, as you get closer, and I'm going to say that you're still like 100, 150 feet away, but football field is close enough that you can see what's going on. And so the carcass was indeed a carcass. It looks like the carcass of a woolly rhino, which is like a giant rhinoceros, like think prehistoric rhinoceros kind of thing, that's got fur on it, and it looks like it's been dead for a while, but around it are these humans that appear to be like devouring it and just eating it raw. They're in like furs, but they're like, the furs are just like around their waists, and they look pretty ravaged. And then as you're looking closer, you're like, there's something, I mean, they're eating raw dead animals, that's weird, but as you look a little closer, there's something else that seems wrong with them. So give me a perception check.
Yeah,
Of course there's something wrong with them. They're out here in the fucking cold.
Yeah, I'm too distracted that everything else is too fucked up. Gotten eaten.
So you're just not sure. They have no clothes on apart from like the furs around their waist and on their legs. Their hair is really disheveled, and they're just like a lion ripping apart a gazelle. They're just like using their fingers and their teeth, and they're just like gnawing on the meat and ripping it to pieces and like stretching and tearing and just chomping through sinew. And I mean, if you want to get a little closer, you could probably get a little more information, but that's what you can tell from where you're at.
I feel like I have enough to at least report back, unless I get told to come back again.
The bush goes back and then comes back again.
Yeah. Just a mound of walking snow at this point. It's hard to walk still.
Yeah, I was assuming like with those rolls, you walk away and it's like, oh fuck. If he gives some sort of signal, he's screwed, because we're not gonna see anything he's doing. He killed it. He's just invisible to me.
He's in snow mode.
Right.
A pile
Just
of
dives
snow
in the
comes
snow,
over.
starts swimming through it like fucking Bugs Bunny.
Yep.
That's how I approach you guys, and it takes a second to realize it's me, as I just like, I'm next to you, and it's like a pile of snow talking to you.
I just look at it like, wow, isn't that cute? Look at the snow's talking to us.
Hey, Olaf. Oh, no. Okay. No. Wrong winter place. Alright. So. So what'd you see? What we got going on?
Well, it looked like a dead giant gray creature with a horn, rhino, and there were men. I didn't get a too good look at them, but I know that they were tearing it apart and eating it. So that's what I saw. I don't know what you want to do with that, but that still seems no good. His codswallop tingle is going off, and I said no good. So what do you think?
All right. So do we? What do you think? We try and ride by fast, or?
Yeah, I think avoid it. I need a little bit to get this disc up and running. But as soon as we do that, then yeah, let's get this guy out of here.
I do. Wait. I just want to make something clear with that comment. So this is off to the side of the road. This isn't in the road itself. So like, if you guys are just planning to continue on to Tourmaline, like you could just continue up the road. So I just like when you said just a quick drive by, like that would be going off the road to go by it to come back. I just wanted to make sure I knew what you were saying.
Yeah. So we're trying to avoid it. I think everyone's in agreement, but it's something where we're trying to, just figure out how we need to avoid it. If we can just stay on the road, if we need to run because they're going to start chasing us, and it's just like, fuck so you guys, we got X-Bigs.
You guys have been hanging out back where you first saw that of it, and these humans, whatever they are, have not done anything towards where you guys are at all. And in fact, when Loki snuck up and turned into a snowball, they never noticed him. I mean, obviously great stealth, but he never saw them looking up from their feast kind of thing. So
Onward.
like you guys could literally just continue up the road to Tourmaline and never interact with them if you so choose.
Oh, that one.
Number one,
yeah.
make it so.
That's why when you were like, yeah, we'll just ride by them, I mean, you can do that, but I don't think you have to if you don't want to. So, all right. So yeah, so you guys kind of mount back up. You get the tensor's disc going again, so that Codswallop has a thing to go on, and some what was it? It was a 4-hour trip. So some 2.5 hours later, because you were about an hour and a half in when you stopped to do this, you make it to Tourmaline. So 6 hours, it's probably, depending upon what time you got going, if you got going at like 6 a.m., it's probably about noon, maybe a little after noon right now as you guys pull into Tourmaline. And as you get into Tourmaline, it's like the situation that you guys remember from the last time, as that sort of like heavy wooden, like upright, pike-looking palisade all the way around the town. There's like these big doors that are open so you can get into it because it's daytime. And then as you pull in, sorry, what happened?
I'm just yelling at the dog.
Oh, okay. And as you pull into town, and you kind of like shake some of like the road snow out of your hair, you hear a couple familiar voices, and those voices are all going,
I like to stab the wood before I chop it. It makes it chop better, I think. No, it doesn't. Yes, it does. All right, maybe I'll try. Stab, stab, stab.
and you kind of look off to the side, and the kobolds have clearly been given a job, and that job is chopping wood. And they're looking like they're doing a pretty good job at it, but they occasionally stop to stab the wood with their knives because that's what they get their kicks from.
Not the worst thing.
Yeah, it doesn't appear that there's any bodies over there.
Stabbing your wood.
I say hi with stabs.
Yeah, I mean, it's better than, other things. So, that's fine. No good. Good news.
So you see that going on, and if you guys want to make your way to... Oh, crap. What was the name of the... Should have it. Don't top of my head. You make your way to the inn where you had met the innkeeper that was there, and that's where the town crier had been sort of hanging around outside of when he first came to town. And sure enough, if you go in, he is in there. And if you want to speak to him, has come back from the mines. He's like, I gave you a tweet. I spent last night in there just to see if anything came out, and it didn't. You guys did a great job, and so I owe you money. And so he gives each of you a coin purse with 50 gold coins in it. He kind of looks around, and he's like, wasn't there one more of you? Wait, did he die so I don't have to pay you?
He's in this, and I just hold the Pokeball.
Go, Zahir!
And he kind of like looks at you like, what? I don't... And then he goes, you know what? The payment was promised, so payment will be made. Because if nothing else, I am a man of my word. And so he goes and he gets the one more person. He's like, if he's dead, use it to bury him. And if he's alive, I hope you give it to him. And he gives you the...
I appreciate that. That means the battle music won't start. Screen turns black.
So that means the battle music won't start. So you guys get paid.
I wish there was a button that we could download for Discord every time he shows up. When Daryl logs in, it's just...
There has to be.
Yeah, to change the Discord like sound would be awesome.
Oh man, to just assign it to one person in particular.
Tom's in the middle of like some speech, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, it's 10.
It's
10
John
o'clock.
Cena.
Daryl's here.
Oh shit. So I think we should work on that, and just like all of a sudden, like, there's actually if you use Sirenscape in concordance with Discord and Roll20, you can set up hotkeys for just that. So like if something happens, you just have like the person who's running the sound can just drop the sound. So like somebody does something, and you like can do what is it, the Heidelberg scream or whatever, like that German guy that's like, ah! Like you just have that
Wilhelm.
ready, like whenever somebody falls off a building or whatever. But it's funny because if you set up the hotkeys wrong, there's always one hotkey that sets all of them off at the same time. So anyone listening just hears like this cacophony of sound, like ah! All at the same time. But anyways,
That spell looks dangerous.
I don't think we should go over there. Don't do that. Don't do that. But yeah, so you've gotten paid, and then what is the next step? Are you just gonna keep going and make it to Lonelywood?
I'm up with whatever the rest of the party shall like to do,
Yeah, should
Yeah.
we...
except for the cairn.
The Karen?
Kelvin's.
Oh, Calvin's. Okay. I was like, who's the Karen of the group? Okay. Gotcha. Yeah. We can make it to Lonelywood, right? It's not like more dangerous because it's... What time did we decide it was?
So it's a little past noon. Like after you deal with Olus, it's probably pushing like I don't know 1:30 or so. Like it didn't take long. You found him. He squared up with you guys, and then if you guys want to keep going, you can make it there, and it'll probably be like mid to late afternoon. But no, I'd say mid afternoon time you make it until long.
Then I'm good with still traveling.
Yeah, I think it's not too much of a risk. I think we can take care of it.
All right. So let's do this then. I want to pull up the map of Lonelywood so you guys can see what it looks like. And I'll give you some information. Lonelywood is a quiet town of logger fishers and scrimshanders. Out a living at literally the edge of the world. As you kind of like come into town, you notice that throughout the town and sort of leading up to it, there are like totem poles, not totem poles in like the classic sort of West American native tribes, but totem poles like a pole that is a little bit larger than what you would see to hold up a railing, and on it are these intricately carved creatures, from like dragons to goats to chimeras and lions. And I won't make you make the check, but basically the founding family each had a creature that was associated with this town, and that these markers don't so much off like areas of domain, but almost like on like the sides of a church or a castle with shields or flags or religious iconography. These sort of recognize and pay tribute to the families that originally came, tried to eke out a place that others could live as well. Roughly half of everybody work the lake that this sits next to, trying to catch knucklehead trout, and the rest of them are all foresters and try and gather timber to bring back. And so Lonelywood is one of the towns that like their sacrifice to Or on the night of the new moon is they, or like a fuel for the fire that they start. Because Lonelywood is so remote and so far away from everything, it has attracted some less than stellar people from all over Faerun and all of Toro. It's kind of like a place to go on the edge of the world that you can either forget who you were, or be forgotten by the world. And it's a lot like the Knights of the Watch, right? But the difference is that rather than being sent up there because of crime that forces you to do it, that people came here on mission. But rather than this town being a place that like you have to watch out to have your throat cut every 10 feet, there's like a level of acceptance of anyone who comes here and works and helps to maintain the town. That as long as that you do that, whatever your past is your past that matters. and with the sort of onset of Oracle's like Evernight and Everwinter, the townsfolk have really kind of like bandied and rallied together. And despite the fact that it is a town that's full of cutthroats and people with shit that they don't want anyone to know about, it's one of the more friendly towns of 10 times. The symbol for this town is a shield with two white arrows or two triangles that kind of meet, and I'll pull it up so you can see it. It's really simple, but it's kind of striking. Each town has its own heraldry. This I think looks pretty cool if I can find it. That. Those are creatures. I don't want to show you those. Come on.
Yeah.
Nope, no creatures for you to see. Not going to do that. Are we Lonely Wood? Yeah, wood. There we go. Let's do this. Let's show players. Show everyone. So that's like the town. It's like I said, it's kind of plain, but it's really it's like simple, but also really. And so, some points of interest as you guys come into town. You guys come into town on the southern part, which is get this down so I can move this around. So you guys kind of come into town down here. More than likely, you kind of come in somewhere between the middle of like this copse of trees, and so there's like the main drag, and then there's also this way that goes along the Merdula coast as you come in, and there are a couple places that are of note that are on the map, which are the Speaker's House. There's the Happy, there's the Ramshackle, and then the Happy Scrimshaw. And the Lucky Lair, that's like the tavern.
I heard 3 places, but I only heard Grimshackle.
Sorry, so there's the Ramshackle.
Ramshackle. Okay.
Yep, there's the Ramshackle. There's the Speaker's House. There is the Happy Scrimshander, which appears to be a shop, and there's the Lucky Lair, which is what appears to be a tavern as well. What would you guys like to do?
Well, we're here for the moose, right?
Yep, this is the dreaded white moose of Lonelywood.
I feel the speaker, he would be the one in the know-how of all of that, right, guys? So maybe talk to the speaker of the town first.
That's what I'm thinking.
All right, so you guys can kind of make your way down this center road that's right here. So like, because you get the feeling that that's probably going to bring you to the center of town. More than likely, that's where the Speaker's House is. And as you start coming down this road, you know there's people like working on the outside of their houses. You know, like battening up windows or just like making sure that things that maybe need to be winterized a little bit more are still doing it. There's some folks that seem to be coming back sort of midday or late day with fish. It seems that more of that's going down along the waterway itself. But as you come down and you start to get down right here, right about here, you hear this like squeaky little voice.
Hey, mister! Where are you? Are you new? What are you doing?
And that says we're all approaching.
Yep. It just seems to be this. It seems to come off to the side, and as you turn, you see what looks like a cheery little
what?
halfling child.
Alright, at least it's a halfling child, I was gonna say. This guy with this voice. I know we're small, but yeah. Alright. Hello, young one, I guess.
Hi, don't call me young one. Call me Scoop. I'm Scoop. Scoop Huddle.
Scoop Huddle?
Scoop Huddle. Not a puddle, a huddle.
Huddle. Noted.
So you're new? You look new. I don't think I've seen you before.
Yeah, this is our first time in, what was it? Lonelywood? Yeah.
Oh, I live here. Why did you come to Lonelywood? Are you gonna live here now too? Oh, another halfling? This would be awesome.
There are, how many halflings are there in this town?
There's some, but we could always use more. You know
Fair.
what? You should probably talk to my mom. You should talk to Nimsy.
Sure. We could definitely do that.
Okay.
What does your mom do?
Oh, my mom's the speaker.
Oh, right, okay, yeah, lead the way.
Oh, you don't know where her house is? Oh, wait, yeah, you don't know where her house is?
No, we are new.
Oh, that's right. Okay, well, follow me. Oh, your friend's really big.
And he comes up, and Scoop comes up to Codswallop, and it's like,
Your friend's made of metal. That's weird. Well, not weird. I'm sorry. That's rude. That's different.
and you see like he starts like kind of like tapping like knuckles on like different parts of Codswallop. He goes,
Can you talk? What's your name? You're big.
Do you ever stop?
Do you?
Not as of yet.
Then me neither. Okay.
and Loki, I'd like you to give me a perception check as well as actually, you know what? Everybody give me a perception check.
My perception checks are on point today.
You are like, I really think that you popped one of your eyes out in the library to pay for your spell. Kevin,
Potentially.
amazing. Another double. All right.
That seems like a win in of itself.
That means I get to roll again.
that means I get to-
Monopoly rolls.
Yeah,
Exploding guy.
You're just sort of taken aback by like how precocious this kid is, but like after a few moments, Scoop is like,
Okay, follow me. All right.
and sort of like starts like bouncing down the river, skipping through the snow, and like kind of waving at people, and like some people respond. And as you guys get closer to where it says the speaker's house on the map, right here, all of you start to get the most delicious smell that you've smelled in a while, like just assailing your nostrils and like coming in. And it's a cozy cottage-looking building, 2 stories. Looks like there's got to be a number of rooms in there, and it looks like from the smoke coming out of the chimney, fine. As you enter, the scent is just compounded, and Scoop goes, "Yay! Cooking, yay!" and just kind of bolts into, leaving like a trail of like winter clothes and boots and everything. And as you guys come in, you see there's this large entryway that clearly has been set up for people to like come in and take their boots off, tracking things through the house, hang mittens and coats up. And as with most places in Icewind Dale, as you get in, cold, it never really gets the cold out, but it sort of feels homey, and you can kind of convince yourself that it's warm outside. And from deep in the house, you hear a voice that goes,
Now, Scoop, what do we say? I want a cookie.
"What do we say?
I want a cookie.
What do we say?"
May I please have a cookie?
"Yes, you may." And you hear like Scoop go, "Yay!" and then come.
I brought friends.
You hear this like sort of like steady steps following him, and standing before you is a middle-aged halfling woman. She wears like a smart shirt that's buttoned up with an apron that's tied around the back. There's like some stains on it from cooking and working in the kitchen, and she has in front of her a large sheet of freshly baked cookies that she offers each of you and says, Oh, I see you've met Scoop and he's brought you here. Tell me, travelers, why do you come to Lonelywood? Why do you come to my town? We welcome all, but I do like to know reason.
We heard that you were having some trouble with a moose.
And Scoop like goes, "Oh, you're here for the moose! I'm gonna tell everyone there's adventures." And Nimsy like shoots a look at Scoop, and Scoop just sort of like, just got the teacher or the mom look and goes silent. Scoop, I think it's a good idea if maybe you go play in your room for a while. Okay! And like you hear Scoop start to run up the stairs, and as Scoop goes upstairs, you hear him just yell, it's like, "Hey, artist, stop touching my stuff!" And like a scrabble starts to happen, and like a door slams, and you hear like feet bouncing around, and it kind of goes silent. And Nimsy looks up at the floorboards for a moment, and then she goes, "They'll be alright," and turns back and says, "Our loggers have been terrorized recently by a white moose, and the beast has eluded all of the hunters that would have sent to kill it. We depend on this forest for our survival, not only our survival, but also what we are, as 10-towners, forced to make as offerings for Oral to try to subvert some of her wrath. I wouldn't be a very good town speaker if I let a dumb moose get the better of me and my people, but I need help. Is this what you're seriously here to do?"
Yeah.
Indeed.
Yep.
She says, "Let me get the paperwork." And sort of, and she goes to turn, but realizes that she hasn't cookies, and goes, "Well, first, formalities. Would any of you enjoy some freshly baked cookies?"
How much paperwork are we talking?
She says it's a simple contract.
A contract? This is just an agreement of payment?
She says, "Have a cookie. I'll get the paperwork."
Okay.
A biscuit would be delightful, but I don't eat.
She looks at you and says, "A pity. My cookies are very well liked." And anybody who takes a cookie it's a really good cookie. Like it's kind of like a moist, chunky chocolate chip, and it's great.
Like
halfling.
I'm definitely having one.
Yeah.
Half food.
Yeah. So this cookie is like, this is really good.
She smiles and she says, "I wouldn't tell you they're good if they weren't." And so she offers. She's like, "One more, anyone?" And like offers you another one, and then if you take one, you take one. And so she turns and goes back in the kitchen. You hear like a little bit of rustling that sounds like she's taking her apron off. And when she comes back, she has kind of a blazer on over the shirt that she had been wearing that makes her look much more, I want to say, like not important, but like serious and sort of like what you would expect like a mayor or like a town speaker to look like. And her hair has been pulled back into a bun. She has this piece of parchment and she says, "Please join me in the foyer," and like motions. And everybody who's not a halfling immediately notices that there are some chairs that are your size, but most everything in this house looks like it's something that's been set up for like a playroom for kids.
Do I fit in this house?
So, like I said, there's a couple chairs that you can like pull up, but she goes over to this table that's a good size looking like family sort of farm table, and scrolls and like unrolls this piece of parchment. And the piece of parchment effectively says that herein lies a contract. Any who will help the peoples and town of Lonelywood dispose of the nasty beast that seems to be plaguing it. This beast, a white moose of some renown and deadliness, is the target of this town's plight. Should any party of hunter, adventurers, or the like be able to return with the beast's head in tow, will be paid 125 gold pieces.
Its head and its toe?
No, in like dragging it behind.
No, I
Wait,
know.
shut up. Yeah.
Give-
She's like, shut up.
Give a nature check. Call her bullshit.
It don't have no toad lady.
Call her out on her shit.
I need
No,
this part
I rolled a
edited,
20 on my
and
nature
this
check, and I
part
know
edited.
those things.
However, she
Take
said,
out this clause.
They only have
Those
knuckles.
don't have claws. But as she finishes reading it, you notice that addendum or additional piece of paper that's attached to this document that has like this sort of like creepy picture of a moose head that's got that's white, like black outlines, white color, that also has like red smeared all over it, blood stain. And the eyes are just sort of black and staring. It's actually really kind of disconcerting to look at it. And as she unrolls the bottom part, you see there's a list of some 20-odd names written down, and through some of the names are like this red strike mark.
I try to look at the names that don't have the strike mark.
Though, like, it just appears that they are signatures of either names or groups of people. Like some of them say like Marcus Rex Hunter. Then another of the names would say is like the Blue Boot Gang. And there's like a little like a series of small marks after the group, like their X, as it was. And then there's another one that says like the True Aim Archers, and there's like 3 symbols, and each of the symbols has this red as well. The True Eye Archer mark. So, and as you're looking it over, she looks at you specifically. She says, "The red marks indicate those who have hunted the moose, and we have found their remains. The ones in black marks that are either still attempting to hunt or have given up."
And how many do I see are still actively hunting?
There's probably 5 or 6 names that don't have the red mark through it. Yeah, when you look at the list, that's what you see.
And did they all seem like recent, like they were able to find the people? Like, there's not like, you know, the second person that said they're going to hunt this thing is, you know, there's like one red name dashed out, and then there's like someone who's still MIA, and then like a bunch of red ones. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's exactly it, right? So like the
All right,
first
so there are like a few. Okay.
Yeah, so there, it looks like that this has been going on for some time, and if you ask her, she says that it's been several months that this has been a problem, and so and she'll tell you too that her fear is that the names that have not been stricken are dead and just have not been found. There are a few people who have come that are like local hunters and woodcutters that like took up arms, but either they were either unable to find the moose or had some sort of calamity befall them and were unable to complete the task. But because their names were signed and they're still stricken from.
Right.
And with that, I think that that's probably a good place to sort of put the pause on this for tonight, because we can do like a recap for folks when we pick back up next week. We can do some retcon stuff or anything that needed to happen back in Bryn Shander. And unless you have some specific questions, or you can think about it and ask them when next we join it. You are in Lonelywood, and whether or not you sign on the dotted, it's for you guys to decide.
Okay.
Cool.
And TJ, your homework assignment until we meet next, additionally, is to tell me what spell it is you picked out. Chris, during this week, I will get back to you with some stats and figures. An interesting Hulk-esque Warhammer. You are still second level, so don't expect like a +5 full Warhammer. But
Oh, come on!
You gotta build. You gotta build.
Yeah, that's what he's got the week for.
This is where I've been training hard for.
So it should be a +7. We're
yeah.
waiting a week for it, 1 day a week.
But yeah, so I'll get you some stuff for, and TJ, I will get you a, I used a name when we had that little, that I know is, and I will get you more information.
Okay, cool.
But yeah, so good stuff. Got some shopping done. Location, and yeah, there's a badass moose out there.
For now.
Yeah, for now, that's the important part. Well, it's great. I feel like we got a lot done.
Yeah.
I'm just happy that we got to talk about Rime of the Frostmaiden because, like, it was Christmas, and I'm like, all right, we're not going to do Christmas. Like, it didn't happen. And then I didn't even think about New Year's. And then it was New Year's, and then this week, like, it dawned on me, and I went, I haven't like done a recap in my head of any of this shit. There's a bunch of stuff that happened. So,
Yeah. It was definitely like, as we started listing everything that we have, it's like, well, there's there, and that way, and that. Jesus. Okay.
Yeah.
It's like coming back to it, it's like, oh, these things are stacking up and spreading out. That's inconvenient.
It's almost like the sandbox is growing. It's weird. But, all right, good stuff, everybody. If there's any questions or stuff that comes up, shoot me a message, and we'll figure it out before next session and during next session. All right?
Sweet.
Sweet.
Sounds good.
I'll look,
Thanks, man.
I'll look for some stuff too and throw some ideas your way.
All right, very cool. Very cool. All right, everybody, we'll talk
Cool.
to you later.
All right, thanks.
All right.
Later.
Night.
Night.